is whatever state you're going to create from seceding, is whatever kind of geographical entity comes out of secession, is it going to be defensible? Do you have the population and the material resources to make that thing sustainable? If you don't, then you're probably going to have a disaster on your hands. If you do, then the question becomes sort of what your reasons for secession are. And it seems to me, if you have a tradition of self-government and that is being traduced by your rulers, then that's one good reason to secede. If you're a population that's being, sort of abused and kicked around by a larger population within your country, that too can be a reason for secession. It's one reason why the Austro-Hungarian Empire itself started to break up, is because a lot of the populations felt as if, the ruling populations were being unfair towards them. So, those I think are legitimate reasons for secession. And I would only say that if you're going to secede, you just have to make sure that you can secede in a way that will create a defensible geographical unit at the end.
And that's cool that we kind of circle back all the way to like sports again. So is if you decide to secede, you need to be sure that you move offensively, but know that you can defensively hold, like, so it's kind of like there's this balance. It almost sounds like it's like, how would you ever know if you can be a state that can then hold your own, that can hold defensively against others if you never even attempt to try to score a goal, or it's
That's a great point. I mean, with soccer, you're going to have strikers and you're going to have goalies, and a team has to have both strikers and goalies. It can't win if it has all goalies and no strikers. It can't win if it has all strikers and the goal is undefended. And the same way, if you're going to secede, you need to make sure that whatever community, whatever geographic unit has seceded is going to have both goalies and strikers. It has to be capable of both defensive and offensive action so that it can stand on its own 2 feet in the world of nations. Otherwise, the whole thing is going to become chaotic and probably just a joke at the end.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, yes. So then the question was, at the time when Texas was part of Mexico, then you would have sided with the Mexican government as to say Texas shouldn't have seceded from Mexico?
Well, so Texas, found itself to be tough enough that it could secede, but then it felt as if it wasn't, necessarily able to stand on its own 2 feet, and it winds up inviting annexation by the United States. So the question is, were the Texans happy to have done that? And it seems as if they were. And I think that's even true of, historically, Latino Texans have always been proud to be Texans and proud to be Americans as well, and generally have not looked back with regret on leaving Mexico. So, anachronistically, if I look back, retroactively from where we are now to back then, you can say that it turned out very well. But, a lot of Americans at the time didn't think that annexation was just. They didn't think that, American, because it's ironic, right? One of the things that was happening back then in the early 19th century, you actually had more rapid population growth in the United States than you did in Mexico. It was opposite from what it became in the 20th century. And as a result, you had a lot of American settlers immigrating to Mexico, immigrating to northern Mexico. And, they started setting up, and then they said, well, wait a minute, why do we need to listen to whatever the Mexicans tell us? We have, enough of a population here that we can just either declare ourselves independent or, get ourselves annexed by, this other country right next to us, the United States. Now, obviously, that's not something that is going to happen. You sometimes hear these, kind of crazy things either coming from the left or from the right, talking about the nation of Achtland, right? Which is going to be this idea of rebuilding, the old Mexico that goes all the way up to, Oklahoma and beyond, and, way up there, and retake California, everything. And nobody in their right mind thinks any of that is going to happen. But it does show that open borders can have a bad result, right? Open borders for Mexico had a very bad result because it brought in a lot of American settlers who then said, you know what, we don't feel like Mexicans, we're Americans, we're going to do things our way, and to hell with whatever Mexico City says.